Ooh. All right. That's not what I want to do. All right. This is incredibly loud in my ear. I'm not gonna be able to hear myself. Mm, volume mix. There we go. All right. I really should change that. I'm not gone. I'm here. I just haven't made a stream starting screen yet. Should probably make one. All right, just making sure things that are not to be open stay not open. Don't wanna get myself banned yet. This has got to thaw, so. All right. This is more or less just a test stream. This is not anything important. I'm really just going to check for any dropped audio. Check for any dropped frames. I know for a fact that Fire Alpaca and OBS didn't like to get along, so this should be fun. I should check and see if there's a delay. Let me see. Let me see how long that is. Yeah, that's about like 5 seconds. 5 seconds to the fade. Oh, that's good enough. You can hear a lot of background noise and hopefully some background music. I'm still getting used to this setup. Not used to my microphone being this close to my face and my tablet being so far away. I might just change all of this. Might just change everything. Actually, a little bit annoying. Oh no, people can see my um, drawing process, I guess. I know I said I was gonna do commentary, but I don't talk to myself when I'm drawing. I talk to myself just about any other time when I'm doing anything else. But drawing, no, I'm pretty silent. I'm thinking. Kind of, not really. Not really thinking. I just have to be in I don't know, in a certain headspace. Like, I kind of have to be in the same, nice kind of mood, I guess, as whatever I'm creating, especially if it's like a person or like a character. I kind of have to be able to, like, you know, oh, like what would this person be thinking right now, or like what kind of facial expression would they be doing? And I will sort of like do the same thing. Like I will like pantomime like the facial expression, or if they're talking, I'll sort of do it until, like, you know, it fits. But with this, like, I'm not really I'm not doing that too much, which is why it's like it's just like a very, like, you know, silly type thing and nothing serious. And again, this is all just a test. It's all just a test to see how nice this stream comes out. If it looks good. I should probably find a place to put chat so I can see it while I'm drawing. I mean, you guys can't see me alt-tabbing through every window to see, to make sure that nothing that I don't want popping up is popping up. I don't close certain tabs, if you know what I mean. So I want to go back to them later. And I don't want to bookmark them, so just keep them open. But OBS is pretty nice about only showing the windows you're showing. Because I sort of remember before, like, that feature was part of OBS, and if you had windows on top of other windows, it would show it. It would show it. But yeah, so far, OBS is telling me, like, no drop frames, but I don't necessarily believe it, because sometimes it'd be doing that, and it don't tell you. And I think the audio cut out, but the monitor here says it's good, but it cut out for me, so I'm gonna check, and I'm gonna see. Nope, it's good. It is good. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. And it's back. I don't know. I'll check that after the stream. I'll see. So frustrating. That's in a different layer. I do like to use layers for everything, and I do mean everything and anything. Which, I mean, that's what they're for. But it's like, you know, if I make a line, like say for instance, I'm like, I don't use a sketch layer too often or ever. So if I want to make something, and you know, if it's experimental and I haven't like done it before, I'll copy the layer and I'll, you know, do what I want to do, and I'm like, okay, I like that. I'll delete, you know, what the base layer. I don't know. You get it. You're not stupid. Hopefully. And I'll just have copies of layers in case I ever just want to go back and be like, I don't really like how that came out, so copy the layer that I edited and just start from scratch again. Again, this is nothing serious. I'm just testing to see. You know, like right now, like I like this. I like this neck. I like this, you know, whatever else I drew. So I'm gonna delete layer 1. This is my new layer 1. Amazing. No one's ever thought of that before, I guarantee. If they say they have, they're a liar. I should keep talking because I do want to see, like, you know, where my mic peaks or something, or where the sound is cutting out, so I can make like small adjustments. But I don't have much to say. I mean, there's stuff I do want to talk about, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I like to have my thoughts nice and neat. You know what? That's what we'll talk about. We'll talk about people who, under certain circumstances, are very eloquent, very, you know, organized with their thoughts, especially if it's written down in front of them, and they can go back over and be like, oh, you know what? Let me edit that. Maybe that's not a good take. Let me do research, right? We'll have literally like hours or days or weeks to put together a dialogue that isn't stupid, for lack of a better word. That isn't stupid. And then those same people, when they talk off the cuff, are just big dum-dums who ignore all nuance and will just say stupid crap. I'm not really one of those persons. At least I don't think I am. As you can tell, I take a lot of really long pauses when I speak to think. Some people that might be annoying, but to me, that's to make sure I don't say anything cancel worthy. Yet. Again, I don't know what this drawing is. Like I'm just doodling. I like how he's coming out though. Very very sad. I don't know if he's sad. He's probably just like what's the word I'm looking for? Pensive? Like also my favorite emoji ever because it can be used for anything. Pensive can be used for anything. It's like, how was your day? Pensive. Pretty good. Because the word means deep in thought. Or like, you know, just in thought, not necessarily deep. I'm gonna eat some ice cream. And it's good. It's good. It's good to think. Thinking is good. Thinking prevents you from saying stupid crap. And getting in trouble. Always think. Never stop thinking. I mean, never not stop thinking. I mean, you gotta say things eventually. So think a little bit, say a little bit. That's how it works. You know what? This guy looks a little bit like me. On a very on a very good day, kind of just wake up in the morning and you're feeling like, you know, slept on your neck wrong. Sometimes it'd be like that. I'm gonna merge these layers. Oh, I gotta go back and listen to this. I gotta see how loud this background music actually is. Knowing YouTube, they're probably gonna slap me. It's like, hey, you're using music. That's no good. We're gonna hit you with the ding and be like, the title said royalty free or music I can use on YouTube. Because, you know, people on the internet always tell the truth. I'm probably not going to save this. Like so many other things I don't save. Especially if I'm not going to like put it anywhere. I mean, I guess technically it is sort of saved like in video form. Like more, so you know, doesn't matter if I just click off don't save. There's so much stuff I don't save. Just gonna give them. Oh, you know, can I show man nipples on YouTube? Is that? Hold on, I'm gonna check the. Yes, I really need to find a place to put the chat so I can see it. I'm just checking TOS real quick. YouTube. TOS, man, nipples. I don't even know if I could say the word nipples. Can you show nipples on YouTube? I don't want to hear about the technicalities. I'd send it a technical. Hold on. Sheet. No, I'm looking for men. TOS, band, commercial, Mentos, different men. Can men. Okay, those who present as men can show their nipple. Okay, well, this is a drawing, so it doesn't fucking matter. So, I can do that. There we go. Never know. You never know. And I bet you, in like a couple minutes, I'm gonna get this account has been has violated terms of service and get deleted or some shit. Like you can't show men's nipples on YouTube. My argument would be you can show all nipples anywhere because they serve a function. They do a thing. They serve a function. I don't see the problem. Oh. There we go. You have armpit hairs? No. Not today. No armpit hairs today. Not in the mood for that. I'm gonna give him a gut though. We're gonna subvert expectations today. And we're gonna go with the gut. Because 99.9% 99.9% of men have guts. Just guts, just hanging out sometimes. I thought, you know what, we're not going to give him a happy trail. Maybe we will. I don't know. Maybe I won't give him a happy trail. And I know people have seen guys like this sometimes walking about incredibly ripped, like upper torso with like pecs and biceps, but then you scroll down and there's just a gut hanging out in front of them. Like, who needs abs, right? Abs are overrated. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna have a hand here, just like scratching. Just scratching. This hand might be too small, but who cares? I cares. I cares a little bit. That's okay. For a second there, I thought I drew the hand on backwards. And I was about to panic and erase everything. But then the correct side of my brain kicked in and said, no, that's correct. That's not backwards at all. Stop it. What are you doing? I said, you're right, brain. You're right. Not a good hand, but this isn't a good drawing, so it's fine. My hopes is one day that I'm gonna say some really messed up stuff, and it'll just go viral. I'll just be like, yes, now I'm famous. Look at me, mom, I'm famous. I said some really effed up shit on YouTube, and now a lot of people hate me. And a lot of people will love me too. Because apparently that's the thing. You can be on YouTube and just say, like, just really wrong, incorrect garbage, and people will love you for it. You can do stuff like, you know, storm the Capitol on January 6th, and then make a video about it, and then admit to people that you did it. People will love you. But a lot of people have different opinions on what happened that day. Me personally, I wish it was the left that did it. I wish it was just leftists. You know, progressives, revolutionaries. But now we can't do that. Now we can't do it. Because a bunch of hogs had to go mess it up. Or at least do it the wrong way, I should say. For the worst reason. Because their boy didn't win the election. I just started reading the chat. You can get a sexual arousal by nipples, so you can never show them. If you are around their feet. You know that's true. People can get be aroused by anything. And I don't know. Was there a demon from Hercules that had a gut? You mean Philoctetes, the little satyr? The what's his name? Oh my god, I'm blanking on the name. Oh my god, what's his name? He's in Always Sunny from Philadelphia. Holy crap. No, I can't remember his name. I can remember the name Ongo Gabloigian, but I can't remember. Danny DeVito. There we go. Yes, Danny DeVito. Not a demon, by the way, a satyr, but I don't know if they're demons. They're probably demons. All right, 1 second. There we go. I was hearing an echo. Danny DeVito. He is still alive. Like the day Danny DeVito dies, that's the day I'm gonna lose my shit and just start killing people. That's it. I like to think most people watched Hercules as a kid and got the completely wrong idea of Greek mythology. He was red and had horns. You think I knew the difference? Yeah. I think at one point he mentions a satyr, but you're right. They never really, in no uncertain terms, say that, hey guys, this creature here is not a demon. But yeah, the Hercules movie, that was a goddamn mess. Like the movie is actually a mess. Like I enjoyed it as a kid, but like watching it again as an adult, I'm just like the themes and just everything all over the place. Entertaining, but really weird and very wrong. I mean, he wasn't like Hercules was not. He wasn't hot in the movie. He wasn't attract. I didn't think he was attractive at the time or now. He's got a weird shaped head. I don't know. And I don't know, cause yeah, I saw it as a kid. Yeah, the art style, like it was very like I knew what they were going for. They were going for like sort of like this Greco-Roman type deal, which again is weird because it takes place in Greece, and it was using like a ostensibly like Roman art, but whatever. There's a lot of inaccuracies in the movie, and a lot of things that I think wouldn't wouldn't work for the censors. Like the fact that Zeus was very lecherous, and he just like if you're Zeus, you just have sex with anything, and you'll just turn into different things to have sex with stuff. And he's got a lot of illegitimate children out there, Hercules being one of them, and I think his favorite, but made him like do like a bunch of tasks to like get back into heaven. I'm sorry, not heaven, Olympus. But in the story, in the mythological story, like Hera was not too like she didn't like any of his illegitimate kids, like none of them, and she most of the time tried to kill him. But yeah, that wouldn't fly in a Disney movie. We got to make it. This is a this is the hero's journey, and he's literally trying to get home. And at the end, he's like, "You know what, Dad? I don't want to be a god. I want to stay here on Earth with this woman I've known for maybe a couple days, like a week. Like a week I've known her, and she tried to kill me." Which is understandable. I mean, like, you're Hercules. I mean, as Hercules, he could probably get any woman he wanted, But nah, he wanted the one who was shady and sent by Hades to learn his weakness. And all that good stuff. I don't know. The movie's okay. This hand looks weird, but I don't care. It's staying. The hand stays. So add some of this. There we go. What else? I was gonna give this guy. Give him. Give him a ponytail. I'm gonna figure out how to pop out chat. I should do that. I mean, yeah, like maybe it's just me. Maybe because I'm a little bit of a pedantic. But I kind of want it to be accurate because accuracy can be entertaining. Like the stuff Hercules does in like his 7 trials or whatever is pretty crazy. Like he rips the skin off the Nemean lion and wears it, and I think that gives him like +5 to endurance. I don't know, some shit like that. Pretty crazy, pretty cool, but you know, Disney gonna Disney. I mean, if we want to talk about historical inaccuracies, we can get into Pocahontas. Like the Pocahontas movie. That movie was gross. That was gross. That was actually disgusting. Like, I don't think I ever saw it as a kid. Maybe bits and pieces of it, but watching as an adult, I'm just like, holy crap, how did Disney get away with any of this? I could be wrong, but I think they had actual Native Americans, or like I forget what they're called, like the Native American Council of United Tribes of North America. I don't know, but they had actual like oh crap, wrong layer. Oh well, it's fine. They had actual Native American people like come in and like, you know, I think this was for Pocahontas. I'm not sure. It could have been. I know they did it for the movie Moana and what's the other movie? Lilo and Stitch. But I don't know if they did it for Pocahontas. They might have, and they gave them the thumbs up, saying, "Oh yeah, no, this is good," or maybe Disney showed them a version that they approved of, and then just swapped it for like the weird racist bullshit they did in Pocahontas. I don't know. I mean, there's no point getting mad at an old movie. Yes, Stanley Kubrick did want 2001: A Space Odyssey to be super accurate. And accurate to the book, which I think is fine because, you know, I don't know. I liked Space Odyssey. Don't know what's up with the space baby though. But I think that's the point. The point is that we'll never know. We'll never know. Controversial opinion, but I think uh, 2001: A Space Odyssey remade today would work. I think it would work because the concept that, you know, AI doesn't have the best interests for humans at heart. um would maybe resonate with people today. Like we're kind of going back into that era where, you know, people are less trusting of technology as a whole, kind of. Well, there's definitely a gap in people who are like, oh no, technology is the future, it'll help us, and people who are like, don't, you know, don't trust Alexa. She's trying to kill us. I think that concept for a movie would work today, but unfortunately, it would be so pandering that it might fail, it might flop. Part of me doesn't want to give this guy pants, but that might get me dinged on YouTube. I mean, it's a drawing. What do you give him? What kind of pants are we gonna give this guy? I don't know if I want to give him pants. I really don't know if I want to give him pants. If you're meaning to, they probably use so much CG. Probably like wrestling. Yeah, probably. Actually, no, definitely. Definitely, they would use too much CG. Like, yeah, I miss practical effects. Like, you know, say what you want about movies like Ridley Scott's Alien, but the practical effects were like fantastic. And I'm not just saying that. It's like what was good? The Dark Crystal series on Netflix was great because of the practical effects. Like they had some CG in there to like supplement the puppets, but like you wouldn't get the same feel. Like the only CG, not the only CG, but a lot of CG that they did do was like for the eyes of the puppets. They animated those and their tongues and their mouths, and I thought that was really cool. And then some action sequences. But I don't know. It got canceled. There is not going to be a season 2 of The Dark Crystal, unfortunately. Oh well. I struggle when it comes to legs. They did use a lot of CGI, and I didn't like that too much. Cause I don't know. I might be misremembering how much CGI was in the other Lord of the Rings movies, but I don't remember it being that much. Like it was sprinkled in here and there for some of the wide shots, and you know, like stuff with like the cave troll. Like most of it was practical. I think it was practical on set, like on site, I should say, because it was filmed in New Zealand. And yeah, but the newer Hobbit movies are just like, listen, we don't have the time. We need to release 3 of these movies in the span of 3 years. So you know, let's go. Let's get to it. Crank out that CG. I hate drawing feet. I hate drawing feet, but I want to get good at it. Cause I used to hide feet. I used to not draw feet ever. I used to hide them in some way, shape, or form, or like put shoes on characters, even if I didn't want shoes on them. And then one day I just said, you know what? Let's draw some feet. One step at a time. And I really hope this is not actually recording and saving onto my computer. I don't want that. I just want it to stream to YouTube. Let me check. It's not recording. Good. I'd be a little bit, tiny bit sad. Not really sad, but annoyed. This foot is not looking right. But I'm tempted to just leave it like this and come back to it later. I'll work on the eyes a little bit. This is just a placeholder. Man, I wish I could play real music on YouTube. Like actual music I listen to. I could probably like separate the audio or something for like me. Like I can still listen to my music. And it's like I wanna share my musical taste. Is there for real a bug on my screen right now? Come on. Come on, bug. Go away. Here we go. Alright. Almost done. Man, okay, you know what? There we go. Just gonna do that. Do this. Oh my god, why doesn't it look right? That's good enough. Is it for real raining? I'm not closing my window. I don't care. You know what? That's it. That's all we're gonna do for this second leg. It's not worth the aggravation. Or maybe it is. Man. Because then it's gonna bother me. It's gonna bother me. I didn't fix it, or I didn't do it right, and I'm gonna have nightmares about this leg. There we go. Bam. Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough for me. No, I'm not gonna care about the second arm. It's fine. Look at that. Look at this handsome man. Oh no, I didn't finish doing his head. Alright, we're gonna do his head. There we go. Finish. Done. It's ugly. I'm I'm probably not gonna say. Or maybe I will. I don't know. I don't know. I'll save a lot of my stuff. But okay. How long has this been going for? An hour? Only 45 minutes. Yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna review this footage and then oh doesn't look like it doesn't look like I hide feed. You know what? It's understandable. A lot of people don't like drawing feet and hands just because it's so hard to get them to look right. Or, you know, like to pose them right. And I get it, like hiding hands and feet. Look, that's the real end game. The final boss is not learning how to draw hand and feet, but how to hide hand and feet. That's how it's done. That's how you do it. Let me try to color this guy. I hate coloring. Coloring for me is hard. It's difficult. Two colors are next to each other that look very similar. Or at least, you know, close to each other. Like, I know, like, here is red. This is purple. But, you do this. Yeah, those are both red. I know I just did different colors. But, those are both red to me. So, you know. So if I have to work with those, then, I turn one color off and I turn the other one on and I hope for the best. You know what? He's blue. I am blue. I'm not a patient person either. Especially with coloring. Like, I don't know why. Like, I can do line art for maybe for hours. But when it comes to coloring, I just don't have the patience. And, it could take me, you know, like I'll work on colors for maybe half an hour. And I have very creative ways to like hide my mistakes. Saw a picture years ago. I can't find it. Where there's first a tango standing in line, and all of them had their hands hidden in some clever way. Yeah, that's how it works. No matter how many hands, you gotta hide them. Got 10 pairs of hands? That's 10 pairs of ways to hide them. It's like I can't remember who. Actually, no. The guy who made Toho, the Toho series. His drawings are like, you know, you wouldn't call traditional anime. Like, it's a little bit bad. He gets made fun of a lot for how he draws his characters. Because the one thing he likes to do is hide hands and feet, because I think he admitted to himself, like, you know, you can't draw hands or feet. But not real famous artists, but you know, you'll know Zoom drawing when you see one. I think at one point I attempted to emulate his style, but I realized it's not for me. But, you know, no shame. No shame in covering for the shortcomings of your art. Oh crap. What's it? Okay, with this. There we go. dead air. But what was I talking about? Something art, something covering for weaknesses. Uh, it's just about knowing your limitations. It's knowing what you can do and what you can't do, right? And then finding ways to make up for what you can't do until you can do it. And even then, it's always a learning process. It's always about improving. It's always about getting better. Like especially if you're in a rut. If you're in a rut, and it's like, you know, it's like, man, I can't do X or Y. Do something else. Like, I don't mean like something else in drawing. Like, try a different technique with drawing. It might not always work, but it might make you appreciate, like, you know what I was doing before was working. Let me go back to it. And you'll appreciate it a bit more. Maybe. I don't know. That's how I feel. Oh my gosh. It's like, you know, saying that you won't do something is fine. Like saying like, oh, like I won't draw hands, or like I won't draw furries, or I won't draw this. I won't draw realistic. You know, that's fine. Won'ts are fine, but can'ts are unacceptable. Like I won't accept can't. Like can't draw and won't draw are two different things. Which reminds me of not a weird story, but I think it's a story I tell all the time, where it's I don't know, maybe sixth or seventh grade or something like that. Actually, no, not seven, maybe seven. I had a friend, and you know, as kids do, kids like to draw, and I was one of those kids who liked to draw. I was drawing all the time, and best friend, and he told me, you know, he told me straight up, your drawings suck. I mean, your drawings suck because, you know, at the time, you know, everyone was into anime and stuff, and my art wasn't anime enough. You know, you just straight up said, you know, can't draw, and I was so upset that I threw away my I guess my notebook that I had like most of my drawings in. Threw it away. And you know, I didn't quit drawing. I kept drawing, but like, you know, it was kind of like training to improve, kind of. And the caveat was like, you know, I told him like, you can't see any of my drawings until, you know, until I say so, like until I feel like I got that. And I did. I think, I don't know, relatively speaking. Like, you know, it was kind of like that push. It was that slight push I needed to, like, you know, improve. Is that my best friend is telling me that my drawings are bad. They must be bad. They must be bad. I wish I didn't throw out my drawing book. I wish I still had those drawings to like look back on, which is now why I don't throw out anything. But I'll just straight up just not save stuff. So I'll look back on and see where I came from, see where I can change, see what I like. I still can't color to save my life, but you know what? That's fine. I mean, it's not really fine. It's actually atrocious. But what the hell? Why is this? Hold on. Oh, because it's not black. That's why. I am fool. This was the artist. This is an abstract of okay. I just growing was always it was the artist always sketching cool stuff. Then had an ability to sing. It is. Look, there's like hundreds of videos on YouTube that say that people make and say like, you don't need practice. You don't need practice. Practice isn't drawing all the time. Yeah, it is. Okay, yeah, it is. Some of us aren't naturally talented. Like, I know I'm not naturally talented. Like, I wasn't always able to do this. Never naturally talented. I needed to draw almost every single day. And it was at a point that I really was just drawing every day. And then it was drawing all the time. It was looking at other people's art, looking at different art styles. Like I think reading comic books really helped me. Like reading comic books and seeing what other artists like do helped a lot to like, you know, get certain techniques down to like, you know, say like, oh, like anatomy can be used in certain ways and it can be and it has like, you know, there's a certain like consistency to it. I don't know. It's like the best thing I can compare it to is like oh crap, I'm not doing the legs. The legs will stay uncolored. The best thing I can compare it to is like you know, if you ever watch Naruto and Rock Lee is just this kid who can't do like ninjutsu, like literally the thing that ninja is named after. He can't do it. He can't do ninjutsu, but he can throw hands like a motherfucker. So, but he said it's fine. I can't do ninja magic, but I can throw hands. So I'm gonna be the best at throwing hands. To the point where this dude can move so fast that it looks like he's teleporting. He ain't teleporting. He's just moving really quick. And I think that's how art is, right? There's just some people who can do the ninja magic, right? Who can replace themselves with a log or like spit fireballs out their mouth. And all you can do is throw hands. Well, you better make sure you throw in the best hands out of everybody. So that when you take off your training weights and them shits hit the floor, you can kick that ginger kid in the face and crack his sandy ass skin. That's what it is. That's what art is. Art is just kicking ginger kids in the face. That's not a weird analogy at all, is it? Yeah, I'm coloring the nipples. YouTube is definitely gonna smack me for this one. I mean, that's all it is. It's like, and I mean, like, there was this other kid, and he could draw, like, you know, Akira Toriyama style, like Dragon Ball stuff. Super good. Like, you know, like, I was an artist too. Kinda. Like, not really. It was still, like, you know, a little well developed, but, like, this guy was crazy. And I'm not gonna dox him here, but, like, I feel like that's all he could do, you know? All he could do was, like, this Akira Toriyama Dragon Ball style. And it wasn't anything original either. It was always just Dragon Ball Z characters. everyone in Naruto are wizards. There are wizards. At some point, they just start doing magic. It's just magic. And then, you know, summoning giant monsters, doing magic. Like, are they even ninjas? Is anyone even, like, assassinating anyone? They're not. Just jumping in the air, throwing lightning bolts at one another, and it's got a little wild. They get a little wacky. Got a little bit insane in the membrane. Never seen Boruto. Don't plan on seeing it. Don't want to see it. Not for me. It's not for me. It's for the next generation. I grew up with Sasuke and Naruto fighting each other because Naruto is very clingy. Sasuke's like, I'm gonna go away. Naruto's like, no, you're not. We as friends. Sasuke, we was never friends. Get out my face. It's very weird. Did Rock Lee lose to Gaara? Yeah, he did. He did lose to Gaara, but Gaara started cheating. That was why he lost. He lost to Gaara because Gaara decided to turn on literal God mode. Is that sorry? That's how it works right now. I mean, yeah, but like that's kind of the point. It's like this guy, you have this kid who, like, you know, who's like he's like the equivalent of like, you know, he's like special ed. He can't do ninjutsu. And yeah, he fights Gaara, who has a sand demon in him. But the difference here is, I think, does Gaara fight someone before this? I don't think he fights anyone before this, but everyone's like, yo, Gaara's like badass, you can't fight him. He'll kill you. Like, everyone's scared of this guy, right? Because he's got a sand demon. They don't know it's a sand demon, but it's like, you know, you can't touch him. That was like, no one can touch Gaara. And Rock Lee does it. Yeah, he doesn't win, but it's like, if Gaara can manage to, like, you know, hit this guy with the, like, impervious defense, impetuous footwork, you know, there's a chance. There's a chance for other people. And everyone else was like, whoa, that's crazy. And then the next fight was Sakura and Ino, and nobody cared about that shit. Like, I didn't even watch it. That fight was so... It was kind of pathetic. Like, I know it's supposed to be like, you know... Like, I didn't even know what the point was. It was like, you know, oh, they used to be friends, but now they're not friends anymore because they're fighting over a boy. And it's like... That's stupid. That's actually just kind of dumb. Like, they could have gave, like, you know, they could have done something else. And nobody cares about Sakura, which is a shame. Which is a shame because, you know, she's one of, like, the main three, I think. I don't know. And she's given nothing. She's given nothing except, like, no, she is given something. She gets trained by Tsunade, which is, like, you know, one of, like, I forget their title. I forget what they were called, but it's like, bro, it's like, you know, I don't know. I don't know what they want to do with Rock Lee went up against the Sound Ninjas. I think Rock Lee would have won against the Sound Ninjas. They weren't that good. They kind of sucked. They kind of sucked. They lost to the C team. Ino, no, not Ino and them. They lost to the team with Shino on it because Shino decided to block up that one guy's arms with bugs. I think. I don't know. I don't remember how. They got fucked up. Pretty bad. Which is sad because you got like these grown ass adults losing their children. Well, I'm gonna mute myself while I eat this. You know you're right, cause cause in um, cause in the beginning of the show, like when the show first started, Naruto was like he was kind of like he wasn't worthless. It's just that he sucked. Couldn't control his chakra. Like it's just like Naruto's kind of shit. He can't make a clone. And then I thought it was an interesting concept that once he stole like the super secret scroll and he learned Shadow Clone Jutsu, it was like Naruto sucks, but using his brain, like he can kind of like get around that by like cheating. And I thought, you know what, that's basically what a ninja is, right? Like ninjas don't like fight head to head. They use their cunning. They use you know their guile, so to speak, to like subvert obstacles. And Naruto did that, and he learned the Shadow Clone, and he passed whatever the test to get like his headband. And I said, okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. Naruto's like the underdog, but like he's gonna do stuff to win that's like unconventional, like how he farted on Kiba, and like since Kiba has like a heightened sense of smell, that kind of messed with him, and then he beat him. I said okay, but then they threw that shit out the window and said nah, he's got magic powers and a demon inside his belly that's like not even like a low level demon. It's like the best demon. It's the best damn demon in the whole show. And I said, okay, well, this is sort of crap now. My dude Naruto got the best demon. Yeah, he's given infinite mana, and then like just like spams one move against everyone. Like Shadow, I'm like, okay, like bro is over here making 1,000 Shadow clones. No one else can do that, supposedly. I mean, the third could do that, but he only ever makes 2, and he kills himself. Like he literally team kills himself fighting Orochimaru. It's kind of like he only managed to like. I don't like what I did here. This looks disgusting. He manages to team kill himself by like pulling out only his arms and chopping those off because they spent like 5 million years just like monologuing. You know how they do in anime. Which sucks because I like the third. The third was cool, but can't have nice things. Had to kill him. Yeah, no, Naruto's like, this kid's like overpowered. Like, even when he loses a fight, he still wins. Like, the way they handled the Zabuza fight was probably the best fight in the whole show. Yeah, and it's like, the Shadow clones are busted. They were just busted, and it's like, only Naruto knew it, and it's like weird and dumb. But Zabuza, like everyone lost to Zabuza. And that was the thing, like even though everyone lost, even though like Somebody paralyzed his arms. I can't remember who. To be fair, that's probably like a smart implication. That's like a smart application for the Shadow Clone Jutsu. It's like, you know, Naruto's kind of an idiot, so the fact that he figured that out, that he retains the memories of Shadow Clones, is you know, I guess he would have figured that out eventually, but like, you know, like good on Naruto, good on him, figure that out. But also pretty busted. Pretty busted. Why is this not? Oh god. I don't know what I'm doing here. I ain't coloring this so good, Mr. Stark. So every time I go to this pen, it keeps going up by like 1 pixel. What's going on? I think I might be scrolling the mouse wheel or something. I don't know. Looking good so far. Looking good. Maybe. Hopefully there aren't too many gaps in this and I can just color it. Just use the fill tool. Come on, no gaps, no gaps. Yay, no gaps. Yeah. Yeah, 1010, like, they did 1010 pretty dirty. It's like, you know, you would think, like, she's got access to, like, all the ninja tools. Like, and then she just literally gets blown away by a chick with a fan. Like, it's kind of like Yasuo. Like, she threw, like, every ninja tool at her, and she's like, nope, wind wall. Wind wall, get fucked. Literally blown the fuck out. And that was sad. Because then after that, Tentender just did nothing. She did nothing throughout the whole show. Like, nothing important. Like, nothing even through, like, during the Great Ninja War. Nothing. Tenten did nothing. Exactly, Windwall go burr. And the crazy thing is, the absolute, like, insane thing is that we've seen, like, some of the crap some of these ninja tools do. Like, you got Sasuke with this demon windmill. You got like the bombs, the paper bombs. You got like the throwing needles. You got all that shit. Tenten had that. She has all of it. Pretty much. And I was like, wow, this is something. The only, actually, you know what? No, I'm not. I don't remember Konkuro's fight. I don't even remember who he fought. All I know is that the whole puppet thing it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool concept. I don't think it was busted until Granny, what was her name? I think Granny Chi, something like that, showed up in that fight against oh god, what the hell's his name? Against one of the Anbu. He was a puppet. I can't remember his name. I want to say maybe Shishomaru. I don't know. That's Inuyasha. I don't know. God, what was his name? I don't remember his name. Oh well. And that whole fight was bullshit, though. It was bullshit for Sakura because she was there and she literally couldn't do anything because she was paralyzed. It's like, come on, Sakura. Come on. We throw you a bone and you don't, and you still can't? Like, what's going on? She needs to get puppeted. I want to say Sagechi. I don't know. That's not his fucking name. I don't know. All I know is... Hold up, wrong layer. ETFO'd again. Sakura. Yeah, the Akatsuki puppet guy. I don't think the Akatsuki were that overpowered because ultimately they all lose. All of them lose, all of them die. The only person, I can't even say Pain was overpowered because he was actually like two guys. There was I don't want to say Nagato. Not Nagato. Nagato wasn't Pain. Nagato was the guy who was controlling Pain's body. And yeah, he's kind of busted, but like ultimately he was just a guy who was a cripple in like a wheelchair or something. And ultimately, you know, Naruto hit him with the feels and he's like, you know what, Naruto, you're right. And then brings everyone back to life. Spoiler alert. Kills everybody, brings everyone back to life. And then dies. I don't know. I don't know. That whole thing was like wacky. One guy who literally couldn't die. Yeah, the zombie. Not the zombie. Well, him and someone else. Like, both of them were kind of immortal. And I think they ended up having to, like, chop them up into pieces and burying them. But, they were both stupid. I think that is, like, you know, people with, like, really dumb, strong powers are either dumb or, like, they can only use them in a certain way once they kill themselves, like Itachi did. I think the only good, like, the only Akatsuki member who didn't get fucked up was Itachi. Because he technically, like, he killed himself to give his brother the Mangekyo or whatever. I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Either way, the Akatsuki was a good concept executed poorly. Once you found out what, like, their main goal was. Which is kind of convoluted to begin with. It was like, you know, at first, they made it seem like, oh, we're just trying to capture all the tailed beasts to prevent, like, you know, some sort of Armageddon. But no, in fact, they're trying to capture all the tailed beasts so they can put them in the Gedo statue and use the 10-tailed beast to reflect infinite Tsukiyomi off the moon or some shit. I don't know. Some crazy nonsense like that. And it's like, yeah, he would just chew his way out. It did say that. I mean, he'll be eating dirt forever. For a while at least, like a worm. But, yeah, Naruto got weird. And it got predictable. I remember when Obito, I'm sorry, Toby was revealed. And I distinctly remember saying in high school, yeah, that's Obito. That's Kakashi's friend. And everyone's like saying, no, that's not. I'm like, Toby, come on, think about it, people. Toby only has one O, right? He only has one eye. Obito has two O's. Obito had two eyes. Come on, let's, and that's probably as clever as that fucking show got. But I was sitting there like, I know I'm right. A couple months later, turns out I'm right. Obito is Toby. Crazy. Who could have thought? I don't know. Naruto bad. Naruto. I don't know. Naruto. I don't know. I don't want to say Naruto bad because it's got some good parts, but the show dragged on for a little too long, and it got too wacky. And it was like not good towards the end. The ending is stupid. But I guess that's how you end a show that's been going on for like 7 years or something. Oops. There we go. I'm kind of finished. I'm kind of done. Maybe let's look at some other stuff I'm working on. Whoa. Hold on. Some doodles. Characters for a comic I will be collaborating with someone on. So it's Western themed, so it'll be cool. It'll be cool. Oops. This is my favorite character. Oh, nope. Canvas too small, of course. Oh yeah, that's fine. There we go. And what sucks about this comic is that there's gonna be a lot of guns in it, and I suck at drawing guns. So I've been practicing doing that. Then I watched the whole Akatsuki arc to the Hokage fight stuff. I stopped watching right before the Madara Ninja War. You're not missing much with the Madara Ninja War. You're not missing anything at all. It's all fan service. They brought back a bunch of dead characters. They brought back no, they didn't bring back. They introduced a lot of characters that like people were like, interested in. Like I don't know, the other Kages and stuff like that. Not interesting. I can't even say the finale was interesting. I mean, you get to see some cool fights. Like, you get to see, kind of just get to see Might Guy pop off. And Madara basically says what we all knew. That he's, like, the strongest, like, physically the strongest ninja of all time. But, so it didn't mean nothing because he didn't win, of course. Like, I don't know how you can say, like, someone is the strongest character yet, but they didn't win? Might Guy didn't win the fight? Okay. Oh, hold on, let me mute myself. I will say though, my favorite character was Killer Bee, and not because he's black. Well, because he's black, and he beat Sasuke's ass pretty good. Finally, I quit watching Bleach at episode 70. I'm gonna admit, I only seen I've maybe seen about 3 episodes of Bleach, but like out of order, and I hated it. I hated all of it because the one episode I did watch had like a flashback in a flashback, which is dumb. Because like it was a doghead guy fighting some other guy who was flying. I don't know. I didn't pay attention. But the doghead guy was he had a sword and the other guy had a sword, and they were both like flying in the air, or floating I should say. And there was a flashback, and in that flashback there was another flashback. So I turned it off. I said, this is dumb. I'm not watching this. And then I watched 2 more episodes, and then I was done. Cause the episode I watched, I think I'm just gonna call it a boss fight, where this one guy was fighting another guy who had glasses. I remember that. And you know, Bleach is really stupid when you're not a teen anymore. It is. And he was fighting the other guy, and he was something like, you know, like, I only have one weak point, and it's in the back of my neck, like just this very one specific point in the back of his neck. And you know, the other guy's like, haha, I'm gonna stab you right there in that one specific weak point. Guess what? Not the weak point anymore. So it's kind of bullshit. The show is kind of bullshit. It's kind of dumb. It's kind of like, you know, say what you want about Naruto. We're not standing around having flashbacks and flashbacks telling people where our weak points are. Like, you know, Kidimaru was just gonna kill Rock Lee, but of course, you know, Rock Lee using Drunken Fist, dodging Kidimaru like it's nothing. That was a pretty cool fight. I don't know. I look back at some of the anime that I watched. I'm like, it's just stupid. Gundam is stupid. I'm sorry. I watched Gundam Wing, and it's dumb. It is very dumb. It's like, why would you waste your time building a giant robot? Just build a giant gun. Build a big ass gun and aim it at, you know, at the space colony and destroy it. You know, stop wasting time. Yeah, you told me how you don't like FLCL. I will defend FLCL in that it's an experience and not a show. It's an experience. You experience FLCL, and if your experience is hatred, then that's fine. That is absolutely fine. I don't think it's meant to be good. I wouldn't even say it's the greatest anime of all time. But it's definitely an experience. It's something you have to watch more than once to understand it. If you understand it at all, that is. And it's just, you know, it's just one of those things. I have a little bit of water here. I'll drink it. Yeah, mech shows, they are, listen, it's something I've been saying for a very long time, is that giant mechs just, they're not feasible, and they're not, you know, they're a waste of resources. Like, it's like, just make a big gun. If you want to fight something, just make a big ass gun, and make sure you're able to aim it at whatever you're trying to kill. And that's it. That's it. Just make a big gun and shoot it. Done. Finished. And the argument people use is that, oh, mechs are meant for, like, you know, urban warfare, right? If you have a tank, there's only so many places a tank can go. But if you have a human-shaped mech, you can sort of like duck through buildings and through alleyways, and like there's a lot less collateral damage is the argument. But yeah, I don't see that being the case. It's a waste of time. Like, if you're fighting in an urban setting anyway, just, if you don't really care about, you know, collateral damage, just drop bombs. Just drop bombs. Drop bombs, make a big cannon, fire it, I don't know, but mechs are just, you know, mechs are bull. It's just, you know, I'm gonna tie this to like real life stuff. It's just defense contractors trying to get paid. It's like, hey, you know, we need to fight some aliens. Can you make us some bombs to do that? And the defense contractor's like, you know what? I'll do you one better. I'll make you some robots. They're like, cool. How much is that going to cost? It's going to be like 100 times more than the bombs, but it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. It's not worth it. It's just the military industrial complex trying to make money and sell giant robots. It's like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, Imperial Industrial not Imperial. Also Imperial. It's like, you know what? I know I'm gonna draw next. I'm gonna draw a mech. Probably not gonna come out good. I haven't drawn a mech in a while. Yeah, use humans or, hear me out, giant mech. Giant multi, let's face it, $1 trillion mech. Giant $1 trillion mech that, you know, that crumbles the first time it gets hit. And they're like, shit. We shouldn't have spent all that money on this mech and just built a giant gun. It's very weird. It's very weird. I don't see any practical use for a human-shaped giant robot. Maybe small robots that are human-shaped. You know, I can see that working. But even then, it's very weird. It's very, it's weird. I'm talking about war here, like, you know. The point is to, like, sell weapons. That's the point of war. The point of war is not to win. It's just to sell weapons. It's just to sell weapons to countries. Doesn't matter if they work or they're practical. Just sell them. Just give them out. While I'm here, I'm gonna figure out. Have the chat pop out. Oh, there we go. It doesn't stay on top though. Wow. Kind of lame. Hold on. Gotta be a way to keep it on top. Or, you know what? You're gonna see some live production right now. I mean, yeah, that's the point. It's like, you know, but see, that is what weapons contractors do. They don't care. Like, you know, it matters a little bit that the product that they're selling works, but ultimately, they just want to sell it. If you can get someone to buy it, then that's, you know, that's it. That's all they want to do. I'm gonna see if I can capture a window. Whoops. Here we go. Oh, that's incorrect. There we go. Yeah. Uh-oh. Now my logo is showing. Oh no. Oh no. I hope I didn't dox myself. You know, that's fine. It's fine, right? That doesn't look ugly. Let me adjust this. Where's my logo? Bam. Here we go. There we go. Now we're looking professional. Kind of. Guns are insanely cheap. But I mean, it's like there's only so many guns you can sell. There's only so high you can price a gun. Like I'm looking at this from like, you know, the military industrial complex. It's like, you know, they don't care which side wins. They just want to sell weapons. And so, you know, at most you can price a gun in the hundreds, but you can price a giant robot in the millions and you'll justify it. That's fine. That's fine. That's not why it's ugly. It's ugly because I have this set up bad. And I don't have the plugin for OBS for the chat. And I don't think I will because I don't know how to do that. I'm like, but this makes it easier to read because now it's side by side. Don't worry, this is just a test stream, and most normal people are asleep right now, so you know, maybe one day I'll do another one of these streams. I'll post it somewhere like DeviantArt or something, and I'll see if people like, you know, trickle in. Yeah, you can get a gun for $50, and you know that's how high it would be priced. It's like it would be unreasonable to price a gun in the millions. But now, hear me out. You make a weapon that is that's maybe like 3 stories tall, 3 or 4 stories tall, human shaped, and say like, you know, and you sell it like like that's the point. Like they're just trying to sell these mechs to governments for money, and I can't blame them because that's what I would do too. I would do that and then make it out of the cheapest shit possible. And I've made a profit. I've made a giant profit for nothing. For a weapon that's going to get them killed, it's probably going to cause more collateral damage than, you know, they expect. But who cares? I'm the gun salesman. Or the giant mech salesman, I should say. I don't care if it works. Just buy it. It's okay if it's impractical. Okay. Yeah, stealth jets. Yeah. I remember there's a whole big controversy like a couple years ago where whereas do the stealth system on these stealth jets actually do anything? Right. It's like at this point it's becoming like a matter of promise but never deliver. You're like, oh yeah, we can make a plane that is not only invisible to radar but also visually. They know they can't do that, but they're getting paid to do it, so. It's it's I forgot what I was gonna say. It's the name of the game. It's the name of the game. RoboCop superior violence. Kind of. Not really. Kind of, but not really. I see it looks like it now. I see it. But no, not really. I'm going for something. But I think I might have started this. There's a certain look I'm going for. And you know what's weird? I don't doubt that like in a few years um, we're going to be at a point where there will be robot cops like the ED-209, where it just kills people, and and that'll be part of it. That'll just be part of the system. Hmm. I might have stumped myself with this one. This is not. You know what? Hmm. This is true. That's true, because how can you put a robot on trial for police brutality? I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Would they not allow robot cops? I think they would. I don't know. Police unions are kind of like an oxymoron, I think. I'm not too familiar with police unions. I have no idea, like, how they operate or what they even advocate for. Cuz what it seems like is they don't do anything besides, like, make legal kills easier. I don't know how to make this joint. I don't think what they want. Other unions fail because of security. Yeah, because they scare the people in charge. I figure. I figure they scare the people in charge with, like, hey, listen, you don't give us what you want. Be ashamed of these if these brown people ended up like breaking into your stores and shit, breaking into your homes. And so, you know what? Yep, the state is. It's a certain design I'm going for, but I need. It's the thing about robots. You don't have to follow human anatomy exactly, but since they're based off people, it's like, you know. Okay. Okay. I know what I'm doing wrong. Mm. Actually, have many harsh drug laws and past and prevent certain things open up in society. This is very true. Like, I read somewhere that at one point, police were very much anti gun. They were very anti gun because, if an armed society, they would have to deal with people with, like, bigger and stronger weapons in society. And police are afraid to get shot. But somehow, like, that's flipped. That's flipped now. I don't even know how much cops get paid. I will say though, I hate the concept of police, right? I don't necessarily hate the people who become police officers. How I'm eating. But I hate the concept of the police and the way they function as opposed to what they're supposed to do. Like, um, law enforcement is supposed to, as you say, enforce the law, but most importantly, like help people in their community, right? And by helping people, that's not like, arresting people who are like illegally parked or some shit. It's like, if you see someone like struggling or whatever, go up to them and be like, you need assistance, direct them towards like social programs that could help them, as though those things exist. And like sort of do that, a more humanitarian approach to the public instead of like, yeah, I know, right? Black male, not fan of the police. But it's like, the police are not an organization that is really into helping people. They're more into like the brutalizing of communities and stuff, specifically communities of poor white people, and especially poor black people, and even non-poor black people. But yeah, they're just really into brutalizing because that is what they've been told to do, right? So kind of just changing the paradigm around policing to be more of like, sort of like a Red Cross thing instead of like a occupying army would be great. Yeah. You would think so, and I have no problem with because I've seen the Andy Griffith show, and I'm like, yo, why aren't police officers more like that? Where like, there's someone who's drunk on the street, you're like, you know what, like sober up in this cell where you can't hurt yourself or anyone else. But instead, they're just kind of pieces of shit. And it's kind of just like the system they're in that, promote. I'm not even sure if that's entirely true. Maybe at one point, but now I think like policing just attracts assholes at this point, where it just attracts people who just like, you know what, I want to brutalize some people today. And so that's who is attracted to policing. I don't even really think it is, I know it, I think it's a combination of like a lot of different factors. Where, people get into certain jobs, not just because they want to do them, because there's a certain aspect of that job that attracts people to it. Like dentists have a higher among average people who are sadists, because not only do you get to fix someone's teeth, but you get to torture them too. And police have above average, like violent people because it's a violent job. It's just how it is. Is it actually fall from the past? No, it hasn't. Things have not changed. Things haven't changed. The only thing has changed is like what we call a certain institution, and like how they go about doing the things they do. Other than that, hasn't changed. I'm pretty sure back in the day, knights went around on their horses and just like, just kind of just fucked with people. Like kind of just like fucked with peasants, like kind of like, like maybe kicking down some peasants, like, hey, what are you doing over there? Like shake them down, take their shillings or whatever the hell they got as money, if they had money. And we're a nuisance because like, it's what it is. Things don't change, but they sure as hell do rhyme. Man, it's raining outside. I should have closed my window. Yeah. I mean, definitely. Definitely, because it's like when you're in a position, and there's been studies and tests and experiments. If you're in a position of power, like you can go from being probably the most amicable person to quickly letting the power get to your head. Especially if you're told, hey, there's no repercussions. There's no repercussions for behaving like this. And you're like, oh shit. I'm gonna go hit some people over the head for no goddamn reason. Oops, forgot different layer. Different layer. That's okay. That's okay. Yep, that's how it works. It's like, it's I think I mentioned this yesterday. It's like it's kind of like appeasement. It is appeasement kind of. It's like, all right, fine. It's like, we'll let, you know, it's like with the Irish. It's like with the Irish in New England when they were first coming over, where they themselves are white, but at the time were not considered as such. They were considered immigrants, but in order to help police the now growing I guess colored suburban areas, they started recruiting um, people who were at one point were not considered white, i.e. the Irish, and said, hey, uh, you want to be a policeman? And they said, sure. And then that's how that starts. I mean, that's how it works. It's like, you take, certain classes of people and you bring them into institutions and say, okay, you're part of this now. And if you want to keep the perks that come with this, then you'll play by the rules, you know? And so, and this is going to be a little bit rambly. Like, the neo-lib point of view on this would be like, oh, we need more people of color who are in the owner class, who are in the, basically the professional managerial class, basically who are in the top 10%. Yeah, bring in more people of color. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't fix anything. Like, okay, and to a neoliberal, it's like, yay, now we have this, like, um, representation. It's like, okay, great, you have the representation, but you didn't fix any of the problems. Exactly. It's like, basically what you said. It's like, as long as like power is consolidated in a small group of people, it doesn't matter who's in it, because they're going to continue to perpetuate the systems and and the things that keep them in power, which is a violent police state and abject poverty for everyone else. So that's why I get a little bit angry whenever I hear like, oh, such and such is a person of color, and now they're in like a certain position, like like the new Supreme Court justice or the new bumfuck mayor of New York, and I'm just like, okay, it doesn't matter if they're black; they're still a piece of shit. They're still going to perpetuate the same systems that got the rest of us here in the first place. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't care about Biden's pick or anything like that. I'm pro violence, but I'm pro violence for people who can afford to do violence, if that makes sense. Like, uh, how do I describe it without, I don't want to say it without sounding racist, but the only people currently who can do violence, uh, on the left, I should say, are white people. They're the only ones who can do it and get away with it and have there being like some sort of like meaning behind it. Because, you know, for reasons that don't need to be said, it's kind of like, it's not going to be good for the black kid who's like throwing a rock at a Starbucks saying, higher wages. He's going to get fucking tased and shot. They're going to shoot him first, then tase him. Right? And the thing is, I'm for that kind of violence, but only certain people can, use that violence effectively. Or, without the repercussions of it being fatal. You know what I mean? Like, I, for instance, as much as I would love to set a police cruiser on fire, I can't do that. I can't do that safely and get away with it and have it mean something, right? Right. Now take that same women's march and like have them like storm the Capitol or something. Maybe something will get done. Like, a million women getting arrested and their haves caved in by the police. But somebody has to do it, and the only people I think that can do it on the left are, people who have like assumed protections in this society. If that makes sense. Probably doesn't, but like imagine if like, I don't know. I don't even have to say imagine. Just look at the response, right? Look at the difference in response when it came to like leftists going up to the Capitol. Leftists of color, like not even leftists, like progressives of color, like going up to the Capitol and stuff. They had guards out on full display. I bet you if anyone even like spit in their direction, they were gonna start shooting. Now, like, superimpose the rioters, the hogs at January 6th, and they got into the building. They got into the building and were able to set like Nancy Pelosi's desk and stuff. And it's ridiculous. Lefty liberals. Well, I don't consider liberals to be the left. Liberals are like, they're not left primarily. They're like right-leaning liberals and there's like left-leaning liberals. But they're not like the left. And it's like, nonviolence is nonviolence is a thing, and it's for it's for certain people to exercise if they want to demonstrate at all. It's just for certain people. Other people can be violent when it's necessary, but violence against the state is never a good idea. And I'm not just talking like, not even just like optics wise. I'm talking like, I I used to think that. I used to think that liberals were had some ideas that like differentiate them, like what you said, from conservatives, but not that much. It's not too far. They're not too far off from just being conservatives. It's like they can be leftists, but they're still conservative. Like they still like um, what's the word I'm looking for? Like neocons. I would consider them to be liberals. They just don't want to say it. And it's I don't know. I don't know. I'm just basing it off what I've seen recently. Oh gosh, let me merge this. Right. Mm, yeah, yeah, that's about it. They're only really um, liberals are only left, or dare I say, progressive on social issues. But when it comes to like, hey, let's fund, like, if you use the word funding with anything, immediately they like dry up and they're like, oh, how are we gonna pay for it? Where's the money gonna come from? I don't think it's right. Like, then all of a sudden they're like, money's now an option. Like financing. Not really financing, it's more like, who is gonna pay for it, right? Which kind of turns into um it kind of turns into like the conservative arguments, like, oh, who's going to pay for it? Taxpayers. Well, if you don't pay into the system, then you don't deserve to use the you don't deserve to reap the benefits from it, right? And then that is liberals. That is how they think. Like, I don't think it's unfair to say that liberals are useful idiots, kind of. Ooh, what a way to. Hang on, hold on. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Of course, sad as the right wingers are only crazy ones crazy enough to buck. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. That's like the thing I hate. It's just like the right is filled with people with delusions of grandeur, who have a false sense of self-importance, and who will do things like storm the Capitol and stuff because they're crazy. Because they're crazy in the worst way. And people on the left and liberals included are too afraid of upsetting essentially the hierarchy, who are afraid of upsetting the state, who are afraid of violence, and for a good reason, because violence will be used against them, because the state is inherently, um, right of center. I don't know. It's weird. Weird, and it's lame. My hopes is that one day we'll get somebody who's like Bernie, who will pretend to be a centrist or maybe even a conservative, but once they get into like office, it's like, you know, they pull off the mask and maybe, hold on, let me see. Maybe it skipped the message. Whoops, that's not where I was. Live chat. Oh, you know what? I think so. I think it did that. I think, hold on, I gotta change that setting. How do I do that? I don't know how to do that. I'm not sure how to do it yet. I'll try later. But yeah. Darn liberal chat. Liberal YouTube chat won't allow us no words. That's good to know. It's good to know. Oh geez, well, let me continue drawing. I mean, it's getting to that point where like I'm tired. I'm actually just tired of drawing. A little. Hold on, I want to try something. Okay. I don't think it's gonna do anything. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Let me see if it'll do it. Hold on. Oh, yep, there it is. Awesome. There it is. This is just a test. I'm gonna see if oh yeah, okay. Yep, okay, just testing. Just want to dox myself. Neat. Oh. All right, but thank you. Yeah. I'm not sure. That just did. I wonder if it's capturing all of Steam or. I don't know. Okay. No, it's only the game window. Okay. Neat. Alright, Final Hacker. All these. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess you can't say I guess you can't say bad words in the chat. I don't know if that's a setting I have to turn on or what. Probably a setting I gotta turn on. All these psycho red cover all the evidences. Words. Info which word. That's You know what? There's probably a list somewhere of words that viewers can't say. I'll probably check. Or if there's a setting I can turn on to like just whitelist everything, just be like, listen, just let anyone say anything. I'm not a big baby. We're adults. We're adults here. We're adults if you can't handle a few bad words. Maybe you shouldn't be on the internet. Maybe you shouldn't be on the internet. Oh crap, I think I missed the perspective on this. Damn it. That's okay. You can say fascist. Not too surprised you can say ethnostate. You can say MAGA. MAGA. Here's the thing though, I don't think I'm that particularly good at political commentary. Mostly because my views are very extreme. Oh, you can say psycho. And also, like, I'm pretty biased. But I don't think I can give like a really like unbiased take on anything. You know, I would think they would have the word tart censored, but oh well. Did they block redneck? Weird. Interesting. Oh man, does that mean, hold on, am I gonna get dinged? YouTube, are you gonna ding me for a racial slur? Oh no. We probably can't say the C word either. Oh no. I'm not gonna get monetized. Oh no. YouTube, I gotta feed my family and my chillins. I don't got chillins. Great. Now I'm gonna end up in the reaction community. They're gonna be like, look at this guy. Look at this guy who's saying redneck in his streams. Wow. Such a terrible person. This guy draws nipples and he says the word redneck. Ah. Oh. Ah. No. Oh no. I would be upset. Actually, no, I wouldn't be upset. I would take the piss out of it. Just like our favorite mukbanger, Nikocado Avocado. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll just do mukbangs. I don't like most fast food. Well, I don't like it enough to like eat tons of it on stream. Wasn't Margaret Thatcher Like, I don't know much about her. But wasn't she like infamously racist? Didn't she say things like, you know, didn't she like call like peoples from other countries savages, something like that? I like to think she did that because she's British, probably. They love to call people savages. What the hell am I drawing? Okay. I don't. You know what? This is what happens when I get tired and try to draw. I knew what I was going for, but now I don't. Now I don't. Oh, now I don't. Now this is terrible. All right. So that's the end of the stream. Thatcherism attempts to promote low inflation, a small stay in free market through take control of the money supply. That sounds retarded. Margaret Thatcher sounds like a retard. That being said, I'm gonna end the stream before YouTube gets any more upset at me. That's it. Goodbye.